The Ship of Fools, Episode 87, My Little Pegasus Pony. The Shadow Quest drifted through a calm stretch of space, its yellowish hull glowing faintly in the soft light of a nearby nebula. Inside, the ship felt unusually peaceful, as if the universe itself had decided to give the crew a moment to breathe. Moxie stepped out of her quarters, stretching, hair tousled from sleep. She blinked at the soft golden glow in the corridor. Aurora had adjusted the lighting to mimic sunrise on Moxie's childhood world. The warmth of it touched something deep inside her. Aurora materialized beside her, lights gentle. "Happy birthday, Moxie." Moxie smiled. "Thanks, Aurora." She didn't expect anything more. She certainly didn't expect what waited for her. Banning had been awake long before dawn. He stood alone in the cargo bay, holding a small velvet box in both hands. Inside lay the Lirathi Nebula Amulet, a rare pendant forged from crystallized starlight. It shimmered with soft iridescence, said to glow brighter in the presence of someone you trusted with your life. He'd spent weeks tracking it down, traded favors, called in debts, nearly got shot twice, nearly shot someone else once, but he'd done it. For her. He imagined the look on Moxie's face when she opened it, the soft surprise, the warmth in her eyes, the way she'd tilt her head when she didn't know what to say. He closed the box gently. "This is the one," he whispered. He didn't know how wrong he was. Snipes was already in the hangar, pacing excitedly beside a large crate. When Moxie entered, he practically vibrated. "Mox, you're gonna freak out. In a good way, mostly." He opened the crate. A soft halo of light spilled out, warm, white, and alive. The Pegasus Pony stepped forward, wings unfurling like silk banners catching the light. Its coat shimmered with a faint glow, and its eyes, impossibly gentle, impossibly trusting, locked onto Moxie. She froze, then she dropped to her knees. "Oh, stars. She's beautiful." The pony trotted to her, nuzzling her cheek, wings wrapping around her in a feathery embrace. Moxie laughed, a sound so bright and unguarded that even Aurora paused to record it for posterity. Snipes beamed. "You said you always wanted a pony, so I got you one." Moxie hugged him with one arm, the pony with the other. "Snipes, this is the best gift anyone's ever given me." Snipes puffed up proudly. Aurora whispered, "Snipes, you have created an emotional singularity." Banning arrived moments later, velvet box in hand. He stopped in the doorway. Moxie didn't see him. She was too busy laughing as the pony fluttered its wings and pranced around her. Snipes stood beside her, basking in her joy. Banning swallowed hard. He approached quietly. "Moxie, I got you something." She glanced at him for half a second. "Oh, thanks, Banning. Can you hold it for a minute? I want to see if she can fly." She handed the unopened box back to him. He stood there, holding the gift he'd spent weeks finding, watching her run across the hangar with the pony galloping behind her. His chest tightened. Aurora appeared beside him, voice soft. "Commander, your heart is bruised." He didn't answer. He didn't need to. Later, when the excitement had settled into a warm hum, Moxie led the pony to the observation deck, the largest open space on the ship. "Okay, girl," she whispered. "Let's see what you can do." The pony pawed the floor, wings twitching with anticipation. Moxie stepped back. The pony spread its wings, wide, luminous, breathtaking, and leapt. For a moment, it hovered uncertainly, feathers shimmering. Then it caught the air. It soared. It circled the deck in a graceful arc, wings slicing through the air with soft, rhythmic beats. Light trailed behind it like stardust. Moxie watched with tears in her eyes, hands pressed to her mouth. "You're flying," she whispered. "You're really flying." The pony landed gently, pressing its forehead to hers. Moxie closed her eyes, overwhelmed. Aurora dimmed her lights to give them privacy. Over the next few days, the pony grew restless. It paced, it fluttered, it stared longingly at the stars. Moxie noticed. Banning noticed. Even Snipes noticed. Aurora finally said what none of them wanted to admit. "She is lonely." Moxie's heart clenched. "But she has us." Aurora shook her head. "She needs Sky. She needs her own kind." Moxie looked at the pony, at the way it pressed close to her, seeking comfort, but always glancing toward the viewport. She knew Aurora was right, and it broke her. They set a course for Etherian, a floating sky planet where vast herds of Pegasus ponies soared through endless cloud seas. The sky shimmered with pastel auroras, and the air was filled with the soft thunder of wings. When they landed, the pony stepped out hesitantly at first, then lifted its wings and soared into the sky with a joyous cry. Moxie watched, tears streaming down her cheeks, as it joined a flock of its own kind, weaving, spiraling, dancing through the clouds. Snipes sniffed loudly. "I'm not crying! You're crying!" Aurora whispered. "I am processing moisture." Banning stood beside Moxie, silent. She wiped her eyes. "She's happy." "She is," Banning said softly. "And I'm happy for her." He nodded. "I know." The two of them walked away from the landing site, leaving the pony to its new sky. The wind carried the distant sound of wings, a soft, rhythmic thunder that felt like a heartbeat. They stopped at the edge of a cliff overlooking the cloud ocean. Moxie spoke first. "I didn't mean to ignore your gift." Banning shook his head. "You didn't." "Not really." "I did," she said, "and I'm sorry." He looked at her, really looked, and saw the sincerity in her eyes. "It's okay," he said. "You loved her. Anyone could see that." Moxie touched the amulet around her neck. She'd put it on the moment she realized what she'd done. "This means a lot to me," she said. "More than you know." Banning swallowed. "I just wanted you to feel seen." She stepped closer. "I do. Because of you." The wind brushed past them, carrying the scent of clouds and sky. Moxie hesitated, then took his hand. A small gesture, but one that carried years of unspoken meaning. "You always show up for me," she said, "even when I don't notice right away." He squeezed her hand gently. "I'll always show up." She leaned her head against his shoulder. "And I'll try to see it sooner next time." They stood there together, watching the pony soar with its new herd, wings catching the light like shards of a broken star. Two hearts, finally aligned, a creature set free, a journey completed. The shadow quest waited in the distance, ready for whatever came next. But for now, just for this moment, everything was exactly where it needed to be. Epilogue. From the eyes of the Pegasus Pony. My world was small at first. A crate, warm straw, the soft hum of engines, the faint scent of metal and oil, and then light. The crate opened, and the universe expanded. A girl knelt before me, eyes wide, heart shining brighter than any star. I felt her joy before I understood it. I felt her longing before I knew its name. She touched my muzzle with trembling hands, and something inside me recognized her, not as a mother, not as a rider, but as a heart that had once been lonely, like mine. I pressed my wings around her, and she laughed. A sound like wind chimes in a warm breeze. I loved her instantly. The ship became my world. Narrow corridors, warm hands, the boy with the loud voice who smelled like engine grease and sugar. The quiet one with the sad eyes who watched me with a tenderness he never spoke aloud. The glowing woman of light who understood more than she said. And the girl, always the girl, who stroked my mane and whispered secrets into my feathers. But the ship was small. Too small. My wings brushed the walls. My hooves slipped on metal floors. The air tasted still, unmoving. The stars outside the windows called to me in a language older than memory. I dreamed of open sky, of wind beneath my wings, of others like me, shapes of white and gold dancing through clouds. I dreamed of home, though I had never seen it. The girl noticed. She always noticed. Her hand lingered on my neck longer each night. Her voice softened when she spoke to me. Her smile trembled at the edges. She knew. And when the ship descended through the clouds of Etherion, my heart recognized the world before my eyes did. The air tasted alive. The wind carried the scent of lightning and flowers. The sky stretched forever. And then, a sound. A distant chorus of wings. My wings unfurled on their own. My hooves pawed the ground. My heart beat like thunder. The girl whispered, "Go on. Fly." I looked at her, the one who had loved me first, the one who had given me warmth and safety and laughter. Her eyes shone with tears, but her smile was brave. I pressed my forehead to hers, breathing her in one last time. Then I ran. The wind caught me, lifted me, carried me. I soared. The sky opened like a blooming flower, and I flew into it, wings slicing through clouds, heart bursting with joy. Below me, the girl watched, small and shining, her hand over her heart. And then I saw them, a herd of white wings and silver manes circling in the sunlit air. They called to me with voices like distant bells. I answered. I joined them. I belonged. But as I flew with my new family, I looked back once more. The girl stood beside the quiet man with the sad eyes, and he held her hand as she watched me disappear into the sky. I felt her love even from miles above, and I sent mine back on the wind. Not goodbye. Never goodbye. Just this. Thank you for giving me the sky. End of episode 87. The missions of the Shadow Quest, the Ship of Fools, will continue.